Right here, Derrick, the
What's
Michael
up?
Cole, Memphis Commercial Appeal.
What's up, man?
Jess, how you doing? And welcome to Memphis. Welcome back to Memphis, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, feeling good, man.
This all season, your journey led you back to the Grizzlies. Back to Memphis,
Yeah.
joining the Grizzlies.
Yes.
How did you get here? Was this a team that you felt like you needed to join? And just what do you think about this opportunity?
It started with my agent. I mean, actually, before then, started with me reaching out to Tony Allen to get Ja number or to get Ja Dad's number, and me chopping it up, having a casual conversation with them led to my agent talking to the Grizzlies and mentioning me coming in, and that's something I never thought about. Ever since I left here, I never thought about it, but that this summer it just made sense, with everything that's going on. Me coming here, I still feel like I could play. Last year I didn't play at all, so I feel like I saved my body some wear and tear from not playing last year, and just trying to grow as a person, as a player, be more vocal, expressing myself, especially with the young guys that's on the team. I saw that potential here, that I could actually challenge myself in that way with being more vocal, and just seeing where it goes.
Derrick and Chris Harrington, Daily Memphian. We've seen players who were stars at a very young age struggle to adjust to different roles later in their career.
Yes.
We've seen others that have done that successfully, like Vince Carter when he was here with the
Wow.
Grizzlies.
Yeah.
What has that journey been like for you, and how have you been able to navigate being able to accept sort of different kind of roles later in your career?
It's killing the ego, and that's kind of, for me being young, when I was younger, it was kind of a everyday thing where when I was getting my injuries or I was getting traded, this and that, I had to make sure that I always had that in check, where I felt like I never had an ego, but when you step on the court, you gotta have like a pompous air type to you, and I felt like I had that. But right when I killed my ego with me having my injuries, and another time I had to kill it was seeing like all my peers get their contracts and me not getting my big contract after like another contract, and understanding that, all right, from this day forward, I may have to sign minimum. The good, bad, ugly, no matter how good I play, no matter what, I may end up for the rest of my career signing a minimum contract, and I'm cool with that. And that's the same thing that I'll be telling my son right now, like, in order, because he's like in between basketball and baseball. So I had to give him this advice the other day, like, man, you have to get through all the three stages. He like, man, what's the three stages? The good, the bad, the ugly. If you could get through all those three stages and still have a passion or a love about whatever you're in, you're on the right track. And that's all I want from him. And like, I'm me telling him that, now looking back at it in hindsight, I was really like having that conversation with myself, because I'm in the same position as him, where I got through all the stages. Now it's all about adapting. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't able to adapt or adapt on time. I wouldn't be here if I would have came back too soon from my injuries and didn't listen to my body. I wouldn't be here if I didn't know myself and understand what I'm capable of, and and what I can deal with. So, yeah, it's just a blessing to be back here, though.
Hey, Derrick, Drew Hill, Daily Memphian. Last year at MSG, Ja took his jersey off and signed it and gave it to you. I'm just curious, do you still have it? And if
Yeah, that's
so,
for my
where
son.
is it?
It's for the exhibit. I mean, every player jersey that I get from a player, I tell them that it's going to be in my exhibit one day. I collect art. With my exhibit, it's going to have a basketball twist to it, of course. But, yeah, that's the reason why I collect jerseys. I collect balls. From being in New York, so many famous people come to games that no matter what I had, I'll have them sign it. And one day you will see it in my exhibit.
And then ever since you've come back to Memphis, you've been around town. Is there any memory in particular that sort of pops up in your head?
right now I really haven't drove around yet because when I came back, I just was getting married. So when we came back, moving in the house, unpacking, and still trying to give my kids my undivided, because during the season, sad to say, your family comes second when you have a certain job or profession. And in the summertime, I flip the script. I do the opposite, where I'm not trying to hear nobody from the franchise or anything. I'm giving my kids my undivided until the season starts. So I was doing that until tomorrow. And that's when it starts up. So talk to the coach, talk to all the staff, talk to the GM, Zach, talk to everybody, and just told them how, like, you have to trust me in the way, like I do my work, but at the same time, I'm giving my kids all my attention during the summertime.
Derrick, Jeff Calkins here. I have two, if it's okay. One is, how do you look back on your time at Memphis? Do you think about it often, or do you think it ever, or do you?
It was a blur.
It was a blur.
I remember leaving. I remember being very, very sad about leaving, because I was only here for 6 months. So when I left here early, because I got in a fight and I left, and I went to L.A. when school was still going on, and I was out there for like two months, and Cal allowed me to do it while I was doing my work out there and working out. And I had a blast here when I loved it. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to sign back and bring my kids and family down here. And what was the second question?
Well, and then the second question is there's this thought that you might be helpful to Ja specifically.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to undertake, or will it naturally unfold? Obviously, you've changed and seen a lot over your career. How do you imagine that happening?
I'll leave it brief. I'm not going to tell you everything that we talked about, but same thing like I told, I could beat around the bush a little bit. I'm not here to babysit. I'm not here to babysit, micromanage, or any of that. I'm not here to be a plant in the locker room, any of that. I'm here to help guys win. I'm not here to steal minutes. I'm not here to steal nobody's job. I'm here to win, once again. I'm here to show that I still have a lot left in the tank. I'm here to show that through my years that I adapted and turned into this new player where you see me expressing myself the way I'm expressing myself right now. You see growth. And with him, it's only three things: time, patience, and discipline. Time heals, but I don't feel like it heals everything. So with time, the patience, with me, my injuries, I'm seeing my injuries slowed me down. So depending on who you are, everybody is different. Hopefully what he went through, he'll have the patience to actually see what's going on around him. And discipline, that's the biggest thing with any young man, about a real man, a master, somebody that's able and somebody that's noble. Like being able to make the adjustment, to have discipline, to remind yourself or be mindful of the places you're at, who you're with, and your actions. There's very few players or play with somebody that has a similar style of play. And I'm very fortunate to be in a situation where a lot of people look at his game and they kind of compare our games together, but he's on a whole nother level. So with me saying that, it's my job to push him and let him know when in times like whenever he's being reckless to calm down.
Right here, Derrick. Obviously, you talked about some of the mentoring aspects.
With me saying reckless, I'm talking about on the court, guys. I'm talking about on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Right. To that end, I mean, it seems like you're real meticulous, you're real thoughtful, insightful about what this opportunity means for you.
Yeah.
At this stage in your career, what does success look like this season for Derrick Rose on the court as a contributor, but also, off the court in which you can contribute as a leader to the franchise?
I mean, on the court, I'm stepping in a situation where there was number 2 in the West 2 years in a row. So coming in, it's about having the same common goal where do we want to be just good regular season team, or be a good regular season team, or you want to actually move this to the playoffs and win in the playoffs, taking it one game at a time, and just adapting. Every game you have to adapt in the playoffs, and I'm looking at this team as for sure it's like a playoff team. So it put a spark in me to actually come here and be ready. So coming in, I had to make sure that I'm in shape. I don't really play up and down like that, but I played in the pickup game with them the other day. I really, really don't do that, but because I mess with the team so much, I feel comfortable enough to do that. And I'm sorry, what was your second question?
No, well, to that end, do you feel like, having said that, preseason is going to be key for you, or the first 25 games is going to be key for you to continue maybe doing some things and taking on some things you might not have?
Yeah, it's whatever. I just got to stay ready. What's those? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. As long as I'm prepared, everything else will fall in line. With me, it's always people question my health. Last year, they thought I was hurt. That's why I wasn't playing. It wasn't that. They just wasn't playing me. So I can't get mad at that. I'm very grateful for the financial stability that they gave me for me just to go there and express myself vocally to the team. That's all they wanted. All right, cool. So coming here, this experience may be different. I may have to play more. I may have to do this more. Whatever it is, over these last 16 years, I figured out a way to adapt. And I'm going to continue to do that until they kick me out.
Derrick, talking to people in New York, they talked a lot about how, you prioritize taking care of your body, the maintenance and things like that. And then I just heard you mention, you don't play pickup ball like that in the summer. Just with the team as well, what do you think you can pass down, to these players as well? A lot of them have gone through, certain type of injuries recently, and just too for yourself. What does that look like? What should we expect from you from that maintenance part of, preparing yourself for basketball games?
What was the first thing again?
With your teammates, how can you kind of help pass down the knowledge that you've learned from taking care of your body and things like that to them as well?
I mean, that's how the league's supposed to. When I came in the league, I had older guys, or they used to let guys go out more gracefully, I would say, where you'll have a guy on the bench and he's strictly there, like in Miami, UD, Udonis Haslem. He's strictly there just for the locker room. And that's how the league was when I first came into the league, where the last guys on the bench, they didn't play much, but they were more there to organize the locker room so that you see how a pro gets ready for a game, learning professionalism, learning a routine. Like most guys now, or you on teams where Joakim, just imagine if I'm learning from Joakim, that's my man's, but imagine he's a year or 2 years older than me, and I could learn, I could take bits from from his routine, but he can't really teach me nothing, bro. We learn at the same pace. And matter of fact, I just became the leading scorer of the team, and I'm younger than you. So you can't tell me nothing offensively. So where am I going to learn that from? You know what I'm saying? The vets. I had older guys on my team. I played with Flip. I played with Rich Hamilton. I played with Kurt Heinrich. I played with guys where some guys didn't even play, but their routine, the way that they sweat and lathered up before a game, you would have thought they was going in the game. And they hadn't played none of the 82 games. And that's when I realized, like, all right, I remember those examples, the stuff I went through in the past, that was for a reason. It was for me to actually see that and comprehend that, and now I'm in their position. Because when I first started off, my talent trumped everything. So I don't care about free agency. Who we bring on you step on the court, whoever it is, I'm good. Now I found myself in every position, from the top to a journeyman to not playing last year and being healthy, trying to figure that out, trying to cope with that. And every year is something different. But my job is to express that now. Back in the day, I would have held that in, or like I'll talk to the kids whenever I get a chance. But now, being older, it's my responsibility to let them know when shit ain't right, because it's kids leading kids.
Derrick, right here, it's been a long time since you've been in Memphis and played in Memphis, but you're still beloved in this town, even though it was for that one season. What does it mean to be able to wear Memphis across your chest again, knowing what you did almost 20 years ago for this city when it came time for basketball? How cool is it to be back and playing in a town that just loves you to death? It's
pretty cool, but I probably won't understand like the whole totality of this until after I get done playing. Like I said, one of the reasons why I wanted to come back, I played sixth grade nationals here. We played against the Memphis Magic. We lost in the sixth grade championship. USA basketball was in Memphis, 17. We ended up 16, 17-year-olds. We ended up playing here. For some reason, it was in Memphis. I ended up signing to Memphis, even though I was a Nike kid and it was an Adidas school. It was just a feel. Like at that time, I felt like the team was only missing a point guard, and that's what made me go there. And thank God it worked out. And just like in New York, in a way where when I first went to New York, I wasn't ready, and they saw me as a kid, and I was able to mend that relationship that I had with New York, with me leaving, with me going through a rape case, all that. People tend to don't look at that no more. Trying to do the same thing here, where coming here right after I got drafted, it was the gang sign, and right after that was the ACT. Now you seeing a different Derrick, where I'm 34, I have 3 kids, and I'm married. So if anything, you see growth, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come back.
Hi, Derrick. This is not a question. Minerva Little Spirit Magazine.
Yes, ma'am.
I personally just wanted to welcome you back to Memphis.
Thank you.
And I was so excited when we found out you were coming.
You serious?
And I also want to wish you early happy birthday.
Wow. Thank you, Queen.
As stated on your arm,
yes,
only God can.
That's real. Thank you. Appreciate that.